Well, hello. Okay, so we are going to do the review of Fletcher and the Mutineers. This is book three of the Fletcher's Naval Adventures. Please excuse me, ma'am. I'm having such medical problems. So, on top of struggling with my tongue because my tongue cancer that I'm getting over. I'm just recovering from the uh, the treatment. I have some kind of sinuses where my ears are plugged. I can barely hear myself. So I hope I'm not shouting at you. But enough about me. How are you? Okay. So anyway, actually, I would like to know. So let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And this is, I'm very excited. I I decided it's a little different time for me. It's Monday evening, and I wanted to do this a lot earlier, but I got caught up with some ridiculousness today that I won't get into too much. Let's just say that I came pretty close to having a scammer get the better of me, but thankfully I caught on. But that took a lot of today. So, but I'm excited because this is probably going to be the first of at least two live streams. I try to do one a week, and I wanted to get this one knocked out because I just finished Fletcher's and the Mutineers, and so I usually do a live stream to do my review. It's part of my review process. But I am like this close to releasing the Underground Railroad Ball, and if you want a copy of it, I'm going to give that to you absolutely free. All I ask you to do is join my email subscriber list, and you know what you could do? You could join the subscriber list, get the free book, and then unsubscribe if you wanted to do it. I don't care. I just want you to read the book. So uh, right now, it's finished. I finished it. I've been through all my editing process. Then I handed it off to Laura, and she went. She took about 2 weeks and went over it with a red pen and gave me back all the corrections. And I went through it. And I did all her corrections twice just to make sure I didn't miss anything from her. And then uh, yesterday or Saturday, gave it to my mom. She started working on it today. Last time I checked, she was on chapter 5 out of 9 chapters, and said that she was on chapter 5, and she's was gonna go a little further, and then she stopped for the night, and she's probably gonna finish it tomorrow. But I told her, obviously, of course, I'm excited to get it out, but I also told her, take her time. And she hasn't found any problems or any mistakes or any corrections that need to be made. So that's great. She's really enjoying it. She says, well, of course, she's my mom, but she likes how I capture humanity in my characters, and that was really important to me. It was a very human story. It's a thriller. It's about a guy who was a sheriff's deputy in Detroit who was trying to get his captaincy in the Second Michigan Cavalry, and back then you had to like recruit your own company, but uh, but he's also an acting deputy, and at that same time, Michigan is still honoring the fugitive slave law, which means by federal law, any runaway slaves that come to Michigan have to be captured and returned back to their home. So this is at the beginning of the Civil War when a pair of runaways make it to Detroit, and he's got to deal with them and the slave catchers, and the beginning of the war, and him trying to recruit his own company of cavalrymen and balancing legality and duty with honor and morality, and it's good. And there's a lot of I think it's very the kind of a rising tension thing. There's plenty of action in it, and I hear it reads pretty well. It's about 21,500 words. You could probably read it in the course of like 2 to 4 hours, or read it over a week or something like that. So if you want your copy, so I'm already off topic because we should be doing the review by now. If you want your copy, go down into the description below, and there's it'll tell you where to click to subscribe. You click that, it'll take you to a landing page You just type in your email address in there. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to spam you. You're just going to get things from me. Like, for example, the Prussian Prince is going to be 99 cents starting Thursday for a whole week. And I'm going to let everybody on my list know. That's what I have the list for. So when one of my Kindle books is on sale, I'm going to let you know. If I have a new book coming out, I'm going to let you know. If I'm going to be somewhere signing autographs, or not autographs, but signing books, I'll let you know. And really the only thing in return is I just wanted to be able to let you know, people who potentially like my work or like my books, to know when I have something new coming out. Like the next book that I'll have come out is Black James, which will probably be at least a year from now, if not longer. And it's a marketing tool so that I can tell the people who want to know, hey, I got a new book coming out, because sometimes you might not know if you're not paying attention to your favorite authors. So join their email list and they'll let you know. But in order to get you on that list, I'm going to give you this book for free. There's also the Anglian glossary, which is not a big deal, but I've compiled all the glossaries that I've made for all my books into one volume so that you can have it kind of as a companion to go along with the books that you're reading. So, all right, let's get to this. So this is, let me just make sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. I've been doing, this is the third one of the series I've read. I bought the whole series for, well, no, I bought the 7-book box set for 99 cents. Unfortunately, that deal is no longer there. I think it's still pretty cheap, though. I think it's like $2.99 for the whole box. But I jumped at that, and I've been kind of spacing them out with other books because I don't want to read all 7 in a row, because I think I don't want to burn out on it. So this is book 3, and here's my review. Okay, so review of Fletcher and the Mutineers by John Drake. Fletcher comes full circle. This is book 3 of the Fletcher series, of which there are currently 8. It picks up where the last one ended and wraps up several threads from the series so far. Fletcher and the Mutineers is almost like 2 novellas in one. The first half takes place in Jamaica, where Fletcher is trying to build his fortune while hiding from the Royal Navy on the eve of the Second Maroon War. The second part takes place in Boston, where a standoff between the British, the French, and a ship full of mutineers in the harbor threatens to pull the U.S. and Britain into war again. Like the first 2 books, there are plenty of action sequences and intrigue, including naval battles and even a submarine. The book follows the same found manuscript trope in which the writer claims to have won Jacob Fletcher's memoir in an auction and then fills in the blanks with the information he finds in articles and other sources from Fletcher's life. What we get is a story that shifts between first-person narrative of Fletcher and a third-person narrative from his adversary's point of view. This happens from chapter to chapter. Fletcher's voice is convincing and delightful, in which you can hear the old sea dog in him. His enemy is back and more willful. His old enemy, that is back and more willful than ever. There are plenty of oh shit moments when I truly didn't know how Fletcher was going to get out of a tight spot. It's a fun and thrilling read, a great addition to the Fletcher Naval Adventure series. Check it out here. And there is a preview for it right on my blog page that you can click through and I think read the first 10% of the book. And there's also, of course, it's freezing, so I can't scroll up. There we go. There's the preview for my book, The French Fiasco, which is my latest novel. And let's see, let's go back to okay. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the series. It is, I usually think it's cheating when someone goes back and forth between first person and third person. I'm usually like, well, pick one or the other. Personally, I prefer third person, both for my writing and reading. But when first person is done well, it can be great. And I think certainly Jacob Fletcher's voice in first person is fantastic. You really can hear like the tone and the accents of the time. And when he does third person, like I said, he sets it up where like the reason why you're gonna get that is because I'm filling in the things that Fletcher didn't know when he was um, writing his memoirs or dictating his memoirs. Um, are filled in from news articles. It's all made up, of course. And this is, I thought this was kind of a novel thing, but it's actually an old literary technique. In fact, just recently I read uh, book one of the Flashman series, and it's the same thing. It's a found manuscript. And I looked that up, and that is a trope that's been around for a long time, certainly through the 19th century. And it manifests itself today in some of the horror movies that we've seen that are found footage, which is basically the same thing, like the Blair Witch Project or Cloverfield. So the I don't want to give too much away. I will say that it is a little challenging to write like a review for book three of a series because most of the books I've been reading lately have been book one, a series starter, and then I move on to something else. So trying to say new things about a book three, but yet trying not to write any spoilers because even like some of the setup might spoil book one and book two. So I think I did a pretty good job with that. This going back and forth with Fletcher and his narration and then the third person narration, typically from his adversaries, not always, but his adversaries' point of view is interesting. I'm wondering how long he's going to carry that through. I don't know if that will continue into the next one. I have 7, so I have 4 more to read. I know that he put out book 8 just recently, and I've read even on his uh, author's page on Amazon, he is talking about releasing another book this year and another book next year. So that will put him up to 10 books in this series. So I'm going to read the first 7, and I'm enjoying them. So that's that. What is happening next? So I already told you free, and I'm trying to get me up back on the stage. What is going on here? Things are, oh, I see what's going on. I want to do this. We're going to remove that, and then we're going to make me the star of the show. So the Underground Railroad Ball is probably going to be out by the end of this week. We'll see, but sign up in the description below is the link to do that. And I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of everything I've written. When I decided to write this, and the idea is I was going to write a free novella. A novella is like a short novel. My last novel was 109,000 words. This is 21,500. To give away, it's 9 chapters instead of like 40. To give away to get people onto my list. And at the beginning of it, I said, okay, I'm not going to mail this in. I'm going to make this book as important as any of my other books, any of my novels, as far as like the research and effort I put into it. And what I got is, I'm pretty proud of it. I think it might be some of my best writing yet. And I'm very proud of my other books too. So I hope you get a chance to read that. Currently, as far as my reading, I started Baptiste Pinson-Wu's third book. Oh God, what is it? Or the third in the trilogy, or not the trilogy, but his series about the oh, I'm underprepared here. Look at this. Dynasty Killers is the name of it. So this is his the War of the Three Kingdoms series. Is based off of ancient China, the Three Kingdoms. They're all fighting for control. Very interesting. It's nice to get away from American and European historical fiction and read from a different era, or even Roman, to read. Well, I guess that's European too, but to read ancient history from a different culture completely. And I think China is just fascinating. I've always been kind of a well, I was a little kid. I grew up watching Kung Fu Theater, Channel 20 in Detroit, where they would have like kung fu movies made in the 70s that they would play on Saturdays. And I've always been in love with that culture, the food, the music, the architecture, the martial arts. So I'm enjoying that. I'm a couple chapters into it. I don't know when I will have a review. And that's basically it. Like I said, I'll probably be going live again in a few days. Hopefully, that's the plan. Uh, to uh, to talk about my new release, and then after I release it, I'm gonna give myself about a month to gather myself together and to get ready to do some plotting and research, which I'm already doing for Black James. I've actually started writing a little bit on Black James. It's just that a month after I release the Underground Railroad Ball is the official day where I I'm going to um, require or hold myself accountable to daily, weekly, and monthly word counts to get it done. So, so those are the things. As far as the Underground Railroad Ball, as soon as my mother gets back to me with any changes that she may have, I'll make those changes. Then I'm gonna upload that to um, Book Funnel, which is the delivery system that I'm using to send it to people. And then I'll redo the landing page for the for new subscribers, and then I'll create an automated email as well that they will get once they sign up. That will send them the link as well. So once it's up, when somebody types in their email address, it'll immediately take them to a page that says, "Thank you. Here's the book. Download it." But uh, but sometimes people don't download right away. So then there will also be not only will it be automatically taken to that page, but then they will also get an email sent to an automatic email that goes to their email um, their inbox that will also have the link that they can download it. And once that's set up, then I'm going to send an email to everybody that's on my list. There's 107 right now. I hope there'll be more. And say it's out, guys. Come get it, and with the link and everything like that. And I hope to see a lot of downloads to begin with. I know that it's going to be frustrating. It's not like selling a book on Amazon where you can see right away that you had. Um, I think like I had over 100 pre-orders. Can't remember how many pre-orders, but I had a lot for me for the French Fiasco. I don't know how many downloads I'll get. It's funny because it's free, but we'll see. Let's Paul Hart. Okay, I'll get back with him. So yeah, and then once it out, and then I'll probably put out a couple emails over the next couple weeks just to remind people, like, hey, come get your free book, and then that's it, and then I will be writing Black James, and I'm giving myself plenty of time, so I'm not in any hurry to get that out. We'll see. We'll see when that happens. And then after Black James, which will be connected to my series, but not a numbered book. And then after that, I'm jumping right back into the next adventure in the Long Century series. So that's it from me. Look at that, under 20 minutes. So that's a nice little tight one. Thank you for joining me. And please, if you would, sign up for my subscriber list so you can get your free copy of the Underground Railroad Ball. And if you're a writer, keep writing. If you're a reader, keep reading. And make sure you give your favorite authors their 5-star reviews on Amazon or Goodreads. It really helps them out. Okay. I'll see you guys maybe a little later this week.